Bad news for Capital fans? More bad news for Vegas Golden Knight fans? You know what that means. We got another edition of Rumor Roundup! Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow. And today, it's Sunday, August 14th, 2022. That's right, we got another edition of Rumor Roundup coming up. We got a few rumors, 5 in particular, that we're going to dive deep into. We'll get to that in just a moment on another edition of Today in Hockey. But before we get to that, we got to get through Today in Hockey history, see what happened today. And then we're going to get into our headlines. And I tell you what, if you missed it, stay tuned because we had a Michigan goal yesterday, baby. We're also going to get caught up with today's Day 6 action, and then we're going to get into it, our article deep dive. We're heading back to the hockey writers and the excellent Jim Parsons for another edition of Rumor Roundup. So stick around, see which rumors we're covering, including that Capitals one. If you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a ton. We're just getting started, but we're going to keep bringing you hockey videos every single day, and you want to be a part of the newest and coolest hockey community in YouTube, right? All right, Today in Hockey history on this date, August 14th in 1926. We're going way back. The New York Rangers signed Clarence Abel, nicknamed Taffy, earned a regular spot in the lineup that season, making him the first American-born regular in the NHL. So hats off to you, Taffy. Excellent news indeed. Let's move into it. Headlines. And oh, speaking of the Rangers, I don't know if you guys caught it, but we dropped our New York Rangers 2022-2023 season preview yesterday, featuring the man, the myth, the legend, Odd Man Rush. I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys, but it was a ton of fun. Really happy to have him on the channel. He was just a blast. So hopefully you guys check that one out, enjoy it, but I'll leave the link down in the description. So all right, headlines. Let's get into it. Gonna be honest, we're just gonna be talking about the IIHF today. The NHL headlines were a little quiet, but today is Day 6 of the World Juniors. We have Finland, they were up 6-2 last I saw over Slovakia, and then tonight, Team USA versus Sweden. Should be a good one, absolutely. But I tell you what, news of the day was yesterday. Columbus Blue Jackets prospect Kent Johnson, Michigan alum, pulled off the Michigan. My goodness. Now, I know Lego Rocks also dropped a video today concerning Kent Johnson. Check that out. It's a great one. But he's going to be a menace. Absolutely. I'm so excited for Blue Jacket fans. You guys got a good young talent to match up with that existing superstar base. Man, good things cooking in Columbus. Absolutely. All right, let's get into it. Article of the day, Rumor Roundup. It's been a little bit. We're heading back to the hockey writers, like I said, the excellent Jim Parsons. Appreciate him compiling all these rumors from across the NHL into one spot. Convenient, and we can break it down. So today we're looking at Golden Knights, Capitals, Penguins, Canadiens, and even the Maple Leafs. So that's right, we got an extra one today. We're doing 5. So let's get into it. Vegas Golden Knights, you guys are leading us off with more bad news. My goodness. I'll leave the link down in the description, but we just talked about it a couple days ago. Your 10D options, right? Robin Lehner, he's out for the season. Opens up a little bit of cap space for you if you want to sign a replacement. But what are they going to do? We took a look at 4 different options for you guys, so check that one out. But Nolan Patrick, the centerman, he's actually going to go on long-term injured reserve as well. He's been dealing with an upper body injury. He had migraines last season or previously with the Flyers as well. I don't know if they actually disclosed what the deal was last season, but this will open up an additional $1.2 million in their long-term injured reserve pool, so they're up to $6.2 million in total with the Robin Lehner move as well. So they've got some money to play with, but right now it feels like that place is just kind of on fire a little bit. I'll be curious to see what they do. No spoilers for the video and what I think the route they should take for the 10D option. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you guys think the Knights should be doing with that money? I'm curious to see what you guys think. All right, Capitals planning for a season without Backstrom. So this is the inspiration of the video today. I saw this rumor and my heart broke a little bit. So we talked about it, goodness, it was probably about a month ago on the channel about Nicklas Backstrom having hip resurfacing surgery, but the timetable on that, it wasn't to be determined if he was going to be out the entire season. Well, according to Tariq El-Bashir, it does appear that he is going to be out the entire season. It's a big if he could be ready for the postseason, okay? So, I know that's tough news, Capital fans. I feel for you. Backy is one of your legends. We got that commercial last season, Ovechkin and Backy. Who's Backy going to pass the puck to? Well, now who's going to pass the puck to you, Ovi? Well, I tell you what, the article does make some good points that they're actually pretty stacked at the center position right now. You've got Kuznetsov, you've signed Dylan Strome, you've got Lars Elder, you have Nick Dowd. So even if Backstrom did come back, you're pretty set at the centerman position, so you'd probably be pushing someone to the wing anyway. So is this actually, can we spin this in a positive way? So $9.2 million is Backstrom's cap hit for this season, and that's high, right? That's a lot of money. So according to the article, if he's not going to be ready, and again, that's a huge if, the Capitals look for them to be in the game for a big-time rental. And again, that's a lot of money to be playing around. Who knows what's going to transpire at the beginning of the season? If certain teams fall out of contention real quick, maybe different players emerge, it's always fun to see. But I'm excited. So Capitals fans, if this is going to be the case, we move on from Backy, right? Backy's not going to be with us this season for you guys. What would you guys like to do with that money? That's a lot of money. I would be really curious to see what you guys have to say, because that team, they've got some really good parts where you performed really well in the postseason that first round, above everyone's expectations, maybe not your own, of course, but I'm excited to see what the Capitals do. This gives them some freedom, gives them some leeway. All right, Penguins trade partners to move salary. So the Penguins, one of many teams that are strapped for cash and up against the cap right now, they are $1.4 million over the cap. So how are they going to do that? According to the article, they are looking for different trade partners. There's several teams listed, the Sabres, Blackhawks, your usual suspects there, but you'd of course have to give something up for them to take on that salary. But this one is the one that piqued my interest. Kasperi Kapanen. Just re-signed him to a pretty team-friendly deal. I know he had a tough stretch last season, but there's whispers of him maybe being on the go already. That cap number, I get $1.4 million over the cap. I understand that he had peaks and valleys last season, but man, it really did feel like a value signing, and he's just a couple of years removed from a fairly good season. So I don't know if I would want to move him, but Penguins fans, let me know in the comments. Jake Allen trade rumors popping up again. All right, so Jake Allen, Montreal Canadiens, Tendy. It all really just comes down to Carey Price. Is Carey Price going to be ready to go? Is he going to be able to hold up? Is he even going to play the full season? What's going on there? Until that situation is clear, they can't do anything with Jake Allen. They're not going to move him. But there have been whispers the Stars Coyotes have inquired. Stars, we got the Jake Ottinger stuff. Hey, Vegas, you got some extra money. I kid. Coyotes, they need a backup potentially for Vermelka. So, both those are interesting prospects. But the Canadiens also could just hang on to him, right? And then last, but most certainly not least, we got an update on Maple Leafs Rodion Amirov. He's hoping for a November return to the sport. So if you're not familiar, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor earlier this year, and we wish him a speedy recovery, my goodness. But it sounds like he has started skating again, and he is hoping to return to the sport this November. So positive vibes your way, good sir. You are an inspiration to us all. But that's going to do it for the rumors today, guys. What should the Knights do? What should the Caps do? They've got some money to play with. Should the Caps just sit on their hands, hang tight? The Knights, they got to do something, right? But again, that's going to do it for the video today, guys. Thank you so much. This is always so much fun. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead. It's free, and I really do appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. That way you never miss a video, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Until tomorrow, cheers.